Today for review, it's another launch day review for an IFL watch. These are the heavily customized watches that I think this is probably the fifth that I've reviewed on the channel now. My favorite being that beautiful ocean scene that they painted on that G-Shock. I believe this is the third Citizen Tsuyosa model that I've reviewed that they have customized and then kindly sent over to the channel. Before we dive into looking at the very intricate artwork that they've painted on this dial, let's just talk about the watch itself. I won't go into an in-depth review of the Tsuyosa model. It's definitely been covered a lot by other watch YouTubers. I'll leave a link to one of my favorite reviews, and that's my friend Chris over at the Watch Chris YouTube channel. But suffice to say, this watch has been a real hit for Citizen. What you're getting with the Citizen Tsuyosa model is a very wearable 40mm watch with about a 12mm thickness. The lug to lug is just over 49mm because it does have slightly protruding male end links. These end links do look like they articulate, but they actually don't. You're getting a fairly decent bracelet on here with pin adjustment and micro adjustment on the clasp. Sure, it has a little bit of jangle to it. Also, the crown is usable, but it's certainly the most easy to use of any watch. You do have to get your nail in there to set the watch or to wind it. It has a 42-hour power reserve with hacking and hand winding using Citizen's 8210 automatic movement, and they've applied a gold finish to the movement as well, which I think is a really nice touch when you look at the back. Big fan of the hands, straight hands with a minute hand that goes all the way to the minute track. Decent loom showing, and then a date with a cyclops over the dates. Real solid watch. Now let's talk about the IFL aspect of it, the customization that they have done to these watches. If you're interested in learning a bit more about their process, I interviewed Kara, who is one of the founders of IFL, on the channel. Again, I'll leave a description down below. If you're interested in what the acronym for IFL stands for, definitely don't Google that whilst you're at work, but I'll leave that to your own discretion there. IFL have been offering these highly customized watches for quite a while now. They've done a number of G-Shocks, my favorite being that ocean scene one that you saw on the channel. They've even done high-end watches, Oris for example, but this Citizen Tsuyosa seems to be a solid model for them because this is the third one that we've reviewed on the channel. We looked at that Space Surfer that had more of a stylized astronaut on it, and then the last one we looked at was the Mickey, the Freedom watch, because when that copyright expired, Mickey Mouse's image, the Steamboat Willie version, the black and white version, was public domain, so IFL took that opportunity. But I have to say this one is probably one of my favorites that they've done so far. That ocean scene is actually my favorite, but of the Tsuyosa ones that I've reviewed, this one is top notch, and I think this will actually have the broadest of appeal. Is launched today, so if you are interested in this, I'm not telling you to buy this or not buy it, you make your own decision up, but if you are interested, I would head over there, because even though these watches certainly defied opinion, the truth is that they sell out very quickly, especially these Tsuyosa models. So again, link in the description down below. Please use that link as well, because then that'll tell IFL that you enjoyed this video as you were watching it. So use my link in the description down below. I don't make any money off it, although they did send me this watch in for review. That's why you saw the paid product promotion at the start of this upload. This is quite an interesting concept from them. They're calling this the time is money, and the concept here is that every time that you glance the watch, this watch encourages its wearer to seize the day, pursue their dreams, and appreciate the treasure of time as a resource that can never be reclaimed. Quite a clever concept here, showing you that here are all these depictions of money, and because we all have a limited time on this earth, this watch is to encourage you as the seconds tick past that time is the most valuable commodity. On the left hand side of the watch, we have that sand timer. We can see the sand slowly trickling down to show the passage of time. Top right hand corner, we have those dollar bills with wings as if to show that money comes and goes. Dollar bills are flying off to the top right hand corner of the watch. At the bottom, we have what looks like a big stack of gold coins, massive diamond by the 4 o'clock position, and then a ruby that has been painted and nestled in between the 6 and 7 o'clock position. And then we also have floating down what look to be bitcoins, which I think is quite interesting. Many depictions of money on here, dollar bills, jewels, bitcoins, diamonds, rubies, and then what looked like a big stack of gold coins at the bottom. What I really like about the way that they painted this is they've let that really rich dark blue sunburst dial Citizen put on these watches, they've let that dial breathe, and I think it really accentuates the art on here between the lighter, more earthy tones of the artwork that they've added and then that blue sunburst dial that came on this watch. Again, they've done an amazing job of the painting, very clean. They haven't over painted any of the indices. There's a real skilled artist that has applied this paint to this dial. This isn't screen printed or printed on by any other method. These are hand painted dials. I think this particular concept is probably going to play very well to a much larger audience than perhaps the other Tsuyosas that we've reviewed on the channel. I like this idea of time is money. This model is going to be released, I think, around the $900 mark. That is certainly a premium over the base model Tsuyosa watch, which you can get for around $400. That is a lot more of an uplift over the standard Tsuyosa model, but the truth is that these do sell out very quick. So the people that do appreciate these watches usually jump on them pretty quick. So I would say head over there if you are interested in these. I do like what they're doing here. They're taking robust everyday watches and then adding that extra artistic element to them, which is something that before this really has not been available. Before IFL and the Dial Artist, who is another watch customizer, before that you were really looking at high-end watches that came with hand-painted dials. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you're new to the channel, would love it if you hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Hit that bell notification so you can see when I upload again. And if you want to get involved in the conversation live, we do a live stream on a Sunday. Jump in there on the comments, ask your question, give your opinion on this watch. Thanks for spending a little bit of your time watching this review, and I'll see you next time on Casual Watch Reviews.